Why do so many people pass away before reaching the age of 85, and how can you avoid these 5 dangerous habits after 60? If you're over 60 and regularly doing any of these 5 things, you might be unintentionally shortening your life by 15 to 20 years. It may sound surprising, but 73% of people who die before 85 share these exact daily patterns. Many doctors don't warn their patients about this because they often assume it's simply part of aging. But what if I told you that the healthiest 90-year-olds I've met deliberately avoided these pitfalls? Today, I am revealing 5 daily routines that could be quietly draining years from your life, and how a few simple changes might help you stay strong and vibrant well into your 90s. This isn't about genetics, it's about everyday choices. You'll discover what separates people who remain active and sharp well into their 80s and 90s from those who experience rapid decline much earlier. These 5 habits, supported by medical research, may be the hidden causes behind why your body is aging faster than it should. You'll also learn 3 quick at-home tests to check your current risk, along with 2 doctor-recommended fixes you can start using within 30 days, and 1 small lifestyle shift that could potentially add up to 12 years to your life. And at the end, I'll share the #1 longevity secret that 95% of centenarians have in common. It's not what you expect, and it's something you can begin today. If you're committed to living a longer, healthier life, keep watching. If you find this information valuable, pass it along to someone you care about. It may help save their life. Meet Sandra, a lively 68-year-old grandmother who sincerely believed she was doing everything right. Rain or shine, she took a brisk daily walk, ate her grains, took supplements, and felt confident in her routine. But right after her walk, she slipped into one of the most harmful patterns recognized by science. For hours afterward, she stayed seated reading the paper, doing puzzles, watching TV, crafting at her table, and chatting on the phone. Altogether, she spent more than 10 hours a day sitting. Her doctor was stunned. Research from the American Journal of Epidemiology shows that adults who sit 8 or more hours a day face a 60% higher risk of early death. Even regular exercise doesn't undo the damage. Sitting has become the new smoking in terms of danger, especially after 60. But why does it affect older adults so severely? Once you reach 60, your metabolism naturally slows 2 to 3% every year. Circulation weakens, and muscle loss accelerates during inactivity. Something that feels harmless at 40 can become life-threatening at 70. This is known as the exercise paradox. Even if you stay active for half an hour a day, long periods of sitting still cause serious harm. Think of it like smoking a cigarette. Breathing clean air afterward doesn't erase the damage. Here's a crucial at-home test. Sit in a chair, fold your arms across your chest, and try to stand up 5 times in a row without using your hands or leaning forward. If this is difficult, long sitting hours have already begun weakening your body. Sandra was devastated when she struggled with this simple test. Inside her body, blood was pooling in her legs, raising her clot risk significantly. Her insulin response was disrupted, accelerating diabetes risk. Worst of all, brain blood flow dropped by as much as 20%, speeding up memory decline. But her story didn't end there. Once she understood the danger, she adopted the 50-10 rule. For every 50 minutes she spent sitting, she added 10 minutes of moving. She used a standing desk for puzzles, did leg lifts during shows, and set hourly reminders to get up. In just 3 months, she could easily complete 10 sit-to-stand repetitions and felt energized and self-reliant again. You can begin right now. Set a timer for 50 minutes, and when it goes off, get up and move. March during TV time, do wall push-ups, or take your calls while standing. These small habits can create major changes. Think honestly about how many hours you sit each day. The number may surprise you. Yet even this level of sitting isn't as harmful as what 80% of adults over 60 are doing every night, aging themselves 3 times faster. Carl, at 72, couldn't understand why he felt weaker and more exhausted than his 85-year-old neighbor who seemed full of energy. He followed a routine, went to bed early, and woke up early. But he ignored one critical factor that was quietly taking years off his life. He slept only 5 or 6 hours a night and believed the myth that older adults don't need much sleep. This misconception is costing countless seniors their health. Older adults need 7 to 9 hours just like younger people. And restoring sleep becomes even more important with age because the body repairs itself more slowly. During deep sleep, the brain clears toxins linked to Alzheimer's, the immune system resets, and the heart recovers from daily strain. Without at least 7 hours, these healing processes cannot finish. A study from Harvard showed that seniors who regularly sleep under 7 hours face a 50% higher chance of heart issues, a massive increase in stroke risk, and experience mental aging 3 times faster. Here's another home test. Do you feel a strong drop in energy between 2 and 4 in the afternoon? If so, you likely aren't getting enough deep sleep even if you think you sleep long enough. Carl later found out he was waking 6 to 8 times a night without realizing it. These interruptions prevented deep sleep, which is even worse than short sleep. Many older adults fall into the medication trap using over-the-counter sleep aids that disrupt deep sleep and create dependency. Carl's transformation began when he followed the 3-2-1 rule: no big meals 3 hours before bed, no drinks 2 hours before bed, and no screens in the last hour. He added a worry window to write down concerns before bed and then set them aside. He cooled his bedroom to a comfortable temperature, added blackout curtains, and eliminated tiny sources of light that affect seniors more strongly. In 6 weeks, he was sleeping 7 to 8 hours of quality rest and felt like himself again. Hidden sleep disruptors include medications, poor temperature control, nighttime bathroom trips, and stress. Address these and deep sleep becomes achievable. Sleep is a pillar of longevity. But the next habit silently harms millions and, once the damage is done, can be difficult to reverse. When Rita lost her husband at 65, she had no idea she was entering one of the most dangerous phases of her life. She slowly withdrew from her world, skipping dinner invitations, book clubs, phone calls, and social outings. She kept busy with gardening and puzzles, but staying occupied is not the same as staying connected. This difference can mean life or death. A major study showed that long-term loneliness is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises the risk of early death by 50%, increases dementia risk by 64%, and elevates heart disease risk significantly. When you feel deeply alone, your body responds as if you're under threat, leading to chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, and mental decline. Here's your third home test. Count how many meaningful conversations and not small talk you have each week. If it's fewer than 5, you're entering a risky zone. Fewer than 2 is a serious warning. Older adults face unique challenges: mobility limitations, distance from loved ones, loss of peers, driving difficulties, and barriers with technology. Rita eventually recognized the difference between healthy solitude and harmful isolation. Her life changed when she committed to meeting one new person each month and engaging in purposeful connection. She volunteered, joined senior groups, connected across generations, and used technology to stay in touch. 2 years later, her life is full, joyful, and deeply connected. The research is undeniably human beings need connection to survive and thrive. But even strong relationships can't offset the damage of a daily diet that accelerates aging. At 74, David believed his breakfast of whole grain toast with jam and a glass of orange juice was ideal. But it was causing inflammation and aging his body rapidly. Many older adults make similar mistakes, following old nutritional advice that no longer applies. His toast caused a blood sugar spike higher than a candy bar, and the orange juice flooded his system with fructose his aging liver couldn't process. His healthy low-fat yogurt was loaded with sugar, and his cooking oils triggered inflammation. His snacks caused frequent blood sugar spikes throughout the day. His joint stiffness, fatigue, brain fog, slow healing, and low mood were signs of chronic inflammation at the root of most age-related diseases. His lab results revealed elevated inflammation markers, and his body's true age was 15 years older than his actual age. David shifted to a senior-focused Mediterranean style of eating, prioritizing good fats, balanced protein, anti-inflammatory foods, and lower sugar intake. He swapped toast and juice for eggs, spinach, avocado, and olive oil. He ate his largest meal earlier and used spices like turmeric and ginger for added support. He replaced sugary yogurt with Greek yogurt, processed oils with olive oil, juices with berries, and crackers with nuts. He stuck to essential supplements only omega-3, vitamin D, and magnesium. Within months, his inflammation levels dropped dramatically, his energy rose, and his joint pain eased. His blood work resembled that of someone 20 years younger. It's never too late to reverse inflammation, but the final habit may be the most dangerous because it intensifies every other health issue. Nancy, at 69, believed her constant planning and preparing for every scenario was responsible thinking. But her doctor discovered extremely high cortisol levels, high blood pressure, and immune imbalance as signs of chronic stress. Many older adults carry decades of accumulated stress and don't realize the toll it takes. The most harmful stress isn't loud but steady and persistent. Seniors often face 4 types of stress: fear of future health or finances, regret about past choices, caregiver strain, and prolonged grief. After 60, the body recovers more slowly, and stress hormones linger longer, causing inflammation, sleep problems, emotional eating, and withdrawal from others. Nancy learned to separate what she could control from what she could only influence. She practiced mindfulness designed for older adults, focusing on gentle awareness rather than forcing her mind to be silent. She adopted the legacy mindset, shifting from what if something goes wrong to how do I want to be remembered. She joined a senior stress management group, discovered grounding activities, and learned to recognize warning signs of harmful stress. Over 6 months, her cortisol levels normalized, her sleep improved, and she regained emotional stability. She became a source of common wisdom for others. 2 years have passed since these 5 individuals began addressing their harmful habits. Their transformations show how powerful it is to take control of your health. Sandra now leads senior hikes. Carl wakes up refreshed and mentally sharp. Rita enjoys a full social calendar. David has reduced medications and feels decades younger. Nancy has become a steady, peaceful presence who helps others. What's most striking is that fixing just one habit made the others easier to change. Improving movement improved sleep. Better sleep reduced stress. More connection inspired healthier eating. Reducing inflammation brought energy for exercise. Lowering stress enhanced all other health markers. Research shows that avoiding these 5 harmful patterns can extend life by more than a decade, and those added years are more vibrant, independent, and joyful. Your loved ones benefit, too. Your family worries less, your grandchildren gain an active role model, and your community gains from your presence. Your transformation can begin today. In week 1, you'll feel more energy. In the first month, inflammation begins to fade. By 6 months, the combined improvements are unmistakable. The most inspiring truth is this: it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60 or 90, your body can recover and rebuild when you remove what harms it and add what strengthens it. If this message helped you recognize hidden habits that might be stealing years from your life, tap the like button and share it with someone you care about. Let me know in the comments which habit impacted you most and the small change you'll begin today. Your experience may inspire someone else. Remember this always: you still have more vibrant, healthy years ahead of you than behind.